Bangor. From the Great North Woods to the Rockbound Coast and streaming live in HD worldwide at foxbangor.com. More people choose Good Morning Maine.
Today on Good Morning Maine, investigators are looking for the cause of a fire that chased a family from their home in Penobscot.
Plus, utility crews plan to have all power outages restored by the end of today.
And Christmas may be over, but stores were still packed with shoppers looking for great deals.
Good morning and welcome to Good Morning Maine. I'm Emma Smith.
And I'm Craig Colson. Thank you so much for joining us today. We've had 3 days off. What a 3 days it's been. We managed to pack in the Christmas holiday and a big old storm, too.
Yeah, almost forgot to do our jobs in the meantime.
Yeah, you made out okay. You didn't lose power, though, did you?
Not for a moment.
Yeah.
I'm quite lucky.
I was only out for a day, so I really can't complain because some people are still out this morning.
I know.
But, you got to tip our hats to all the utility workers out there and all the first responders, too. They had a real busy night a couple of nights ago.
Yeah.
And they did a great job.
Absolutely. I was out yesterday. I drove to the coast and I saw a couple accidents along the way. And everybody's been busy.
Well, fortunately, it looks like a quieter week ahead. We may even have a bit of a warm-up later at the end of the week.
Absolutely. Devin Biggs has the full forecast.
And thank you very much, Craig and Emma. Happy Tuesday. Your first weather forecast brought to you by Crosby Sports Shop with all your fishing needs. Carrying ammo, Damascus knives, gold and silver buying and selling, and a novelty room. Concealed classes are available. Call today. Here we go. So we're watching for a few returns on the radar this morning, maybe a few flurries developing across the area. There is some dry air in a good part of the atmosphere, so it might take a bit, though, for any precipitation to reach the ground. If it does happen, I don't think we'll have to worry about any accumulations in our neck of the woods. But overall, we'll be looking pretty good. Here's the big picture here right now. Maybe a few waves of energy moving through all this right here, moving from the west, going toward the east. So this will get out of here later today, and the clouds will begin to break up, and that will give us some sunshine later this afternoon. And there will be a little bit of wind, mainly out of the west, a little bit to the north at times at around 5 to 10 miles per hour, gusts up to 20 miles per hour. Cannot be ruled out either, but as we head towards to Wednesday, those directions will be switching around just a bit. But futurecast moving forward, though, again, decreasing clouds on the way. We will become partly cloudy later this afternoon, but overnight today and the parts of tomorrow morning, we'll see increasing clouds as another system moves in, and that will give us the opportunity for some clouds and, of course, some snow. That'll be on the way soon. So for today, lower 30s, some morning flurries and gradual clearing. West wind getting up to about 20 miles per hour. Your hourly forecast for the rest of the morning and afternoon period becoming partly cloudy, temperatures in the 30s. Your full 5-day forecast is coming up. Craig and Emma.
Thank you, Devin. We'll see you a little later on. A home in Penobscot was badly damaged when fire broke out Monday. Multiple crews responded to 615 Back Ridge Road in Penobscot around 3 o'clock for a reported structure fire. According to Blue Hill Fire Chief Matt Dennison, the family had just gotten home when the fire broke out. Chief Dennison said the home was made of concrete, which also complicated the efforts for firefighters. He said there was some kind of an explosion, but they're still working to understand exactly what happened. No one was injured, and the fire marshal's office is investigating. Responders from Blue Hill, Castine, Orland, and Penobscot, along with Bucksport, all assisted. We'll bring you any updates as we get them.
Maine State Police say a child is dead and an investigation has begun in the Mid-Coast area. Spokesperson Shannon Moss says on Sunday, shortly after 7:30 a.m., the Lincoln County Communications Center received a 911 call in Edgecombe regarding a 3-year-old child that was not breathing. Rescue and deputies from the Lincoln County Sheriff's Office responded to the residence on Route 1. The child was transported to the Miles Memorial Hospital and was pronounced dead. Maine State Police Major Crimes Unit detectives and evidence response technicians responded to the scene. An autopsy was conducted at the Office of the Chief Medical Examiner in Augusta yesterday. The cause and manner of the death are being withheld at the request of the Attorney General's office. The investigation into the death continues.
Utility crews hope to have any remaining power outages restored by the end of today. There were more than 300,000 following Friday's powerful storm. And as of this morning, Central Maine Power was still working on a little more than 1,400 remaining outages, and Versant Power had about 600. A.J. Douglas spoke to the president of one of the largest utility companies to learn more about that massive restoration effort.
When the storm hit, we were ready to go.
Utility companies say they made sure to plan ahead following several reports of gusty winds ranging from 55 to 65 miles per hour. Versant Power told us staff members prepared to restore power lines as quickly as possible. However, the level of damage to equipment caused by the recent windstorm needed to be addressed.
The drive around the service territory, the damage is remarkable. To me, this is reminiscent of hurricane-level damage.
Powerful winds moved across the country during this national weather event, leaving thousands without power during a very special time of year. As of Monday, over 8,000 Versant customers were still affected by outages. Versant Power President John Flynn says over 100 crews were on the road Monday.
For those who don't yet have power, please know we're doing everything we can to work as expeditiously and safely as possible.
A vast majority of restorations are expected to be completed by end of day Tuesday. In Hampton, AJ Douglas, ABC 7, Fox 22.
The cleanup effort will continue long after the power is restored. There's storm damage in numerous communities around the state, including in Skowhegan, where flooding caused destruction. Devin Dagnall met with one of the businesses affected by the storm.
The Skowhegan Plaza parking lot is in shambles after the Christmas weekend storm caused flooding that inevitably turned the area into a massive sinkhole. Carla Pierce, the assistant manager of Skowhegan's main pawn and gun, was in her shop the night of the storm and watched as conditions worsened, spelling disaster for the parking lot.
We received a lot of rain, and unfortunately we just didn't have any place for it to go, so it started to overflow of the parking lot and washed out a good portion of the parking lot, collapsing it in.
Surprisingly, this isn't the first time this parking lot has suffered severe impact thanks to a storm.
In 2015, we also had the same thing happen where we got torrential downpours, and with snow melting, it also flooded the parking lot.
Pierce says that she believes that the excessive flooding that led to both sinkholes was caused from a nearby stream overflowing, and that if the town of Skowhegan doesn't do something to fix it, it may happen again.
Unfortunately, it's definitely something that's going to have to be repaired further, not just a temporary fix. The flow that comes off by the hospital, this is actually just a stream, causes a lot of damage when it gets too high and crosses the parking lots.
We are currently awaiting comments from town management about the situation. No one was injured by the sinkhole, and all businesses in the plaza have since reopened. In Skowhegan, I'm Devin Dagnall for ABC 7 and Fox 22.
The fiscal year 2023 omnibus spending bill is now awaiting President Biden's signature after passing in the House and Senate last week. The House passed it Friday with a vote of 225 to 201. It had already passed in the Senate earlier in the week. Senator Susan Collins says there are some 180 main projects for which they secured funding. They range from fire stations to preserving historic venues and repairing roads. She says the funding is going to be very helpful to the state of Maine.
There's a lot that's good in this bill. It increases funding for our national defense, which I believe is absolutely essential for our national security. And it's also good for preserving jobs at Bath Iron Works, at the Portsmouth Naval Shipyard, at the Pratt & Whitney plant in York County, and at the DFAS Center in Limestone. So there's a lot in this bill that directly affects the state of Maine.
Well, this is also the same spending bill that includes a provision that would pause any new cuts or regulations for the Maine lobster industry for 6 years. President Biden is expected to sign it sometime this week.
The Hamden Bridge Bundle project has officially been completed. The work involved rebuilding 8 bridges and rehabilitating a 9th along a 4-mile stretch of I-95 in Hamden. 4 temporary bridges had to be constructed to keep interstate traffic moving during the work. 3 of the bridges also crossed the Sebastopol Stream, which complicated the effort. The cost of the project was expected to be around $45 million.
Waterville is beginning the search for a new city manager following the sudden resignation of its own top official. Steve Daly submitted his resignation letter on Thursday. According to the Morning Sentinel, Daly said in a letter his decision to step down was caused by personal and urgent circumstances.
Daly was hired to run the city almost 2 years ago. City officials plan to hold a special meeting tomorrow to determine a severance package for Daly and to talk about the next steps. Well, the time is now 8:09. Coming up next on Good Morning Maine, people flock back to the stores after Christmas, seeking great after-holiday deals.
But first, another check of our forecast. Looks like kind of a quiet day today. We'll see some morning flurries and some sunshine, too. The high's around 30. It'll be partly cloudy tonight with lows dipping down to a chilly 17. Tomorrow, more light snow possible with highs around 31.
Comfy, cozy, relaxing. Not Joe. Joe's Furniture. Joe's Furniture Warehouse in Newport is the place to find rockers, recliners, sofas, and easy chairs. Quality furniture, affordable prices. Not your average Joe. Joe's Furniture Warehouse, Grogan Avenue in Newport.
Let's face it, getting training and experience is hard, but at Loring Job Corps we can help. From certifications in automotive technology, obtaining your CDL, or learning building trades, we have you covered. Maybe you prefer joining the high-tech world of computer networking or cybersecurity. We have that as well. Don't delay, get in the driver's seat to your future today. And the best part, Loring Job Corps is free. Receive free training, free meals, and even free housing. Call or go to jobcorps.gov/Loring. Job Corps careers begin here.
Behind every keepsake, there's a memory. Behind every photo, there's a story. Behind Bouchard Cleaning and Restoration, there's people giving back by bringing back what was thought to be lost. The details, the time, and the expertise, all packaged up behind a name that Mainers have trusted for over 35 years. Statewide commercial and residential services. Bouchard Cleaning and Restoration. You keep the memories. We'll handle the rest.
Durable, sturdy, stylish. Not Joe. Joe's Furniture. Joe's Furniture Warehouse in Newport is the place to find solid wood, built to last, made in Maine dressers, bureaus, and nightstands. Not your average Joe. Joe's Furniture Warehouse, Grogan Avenue in Newport.
On the next Last Man Standing.
Hey, Grandpa, what's that?
A lightning-fast race car. Mike carries on a family tradition.
What is building a race car from the father-son derby?
Father-son? That sounds like something my son should do with his actual father.
This is kind of our thing. But there may be one dad too many.
He was born a Baxter. He's lived in a Baxter house. As far as I'm concerned, this kid's always going to be a Baxter.
Quick, Grandma! Pull my finger!
Last Man Standing. This afternoon, starting at 4 on Fox 22.
Welcome back, everyone. People are hitting the malls for more shopping following the holiday break. As our Matthew Dronsick reports, the usual trend of massive returns may not be the case for everyone this year.
Typically, the day after Christmas is known for malls and local mom-and-pop shops getting swamped with people wanting to return their gifts they received. While this has been the case in previous years, folks we spoke to this year told us Santa pretty much nailed it.
Christmas was really great. We really didn't have too much to exchange. I just kind of got stuff that I asked for, and I really appreciated it. I'm really grateful that I got it.
Rather, people we spoke to had flocked to retailers to use what money and gift cards they got from St. Nick, which is welcome news for stores.
I bought some pants on sale using my points from all my holiday purchases, and I got a couple ornaments that were on sale as well.
I used Christmas money mostly. We went into Bath & Body Works and bought some stuff in there.
This comes after the National Retail Federation came out with a report earlier in the month that consumers are expected to return more than $816 billion worth of gifts, remaining consistent with last year's retail numbers.
But I really enjoyed coming out here and picking out things myself with the Christmas money, because I think that's also part of the holidays.
For some, finding that perfect gift after the holidays can be difficult, so shopping for yourself and scoring some sweet deals is a gift in and itself.
It seems like these days we pretty much buy things that we need, and so gift giving is difficult. And so that didn't happen a lot, so I bought something for me.
All the talk of gifts aside, folks also reminded us that the reason for the season isn't just presents.
Family's super important, and it's always important to hang out with them and see them, and I think the holiday time definitely shows us that, definitely helps us, but also being able to give gifts and receive gifts and put your time and your thought into it is something special too, and shouldn't be taken for granted.
Matthew Juronsik, ABC7 and Fox 22.
There's been a little more good news at the gas pumps. The average price of gas has dropped 9 cents a gallon this past week in Maine. According to Gas Buddy's survey, the average across the state is $3.39. The cheapest price in Maine is $2.99 a gallon, and the highest is $3.99 a gallon. The price of diesel fuel has also dropped by 8.6 cents a gallon nationally. Unfortunately, though, that trend may change due to the colder weather slowing refining operations in the south and curbing gasoline production.
2022 proved to be an eventful year from the very start. Peter Dubois takes a look at some of the biggest stories from the first couple of months of the year.
Communities and schools still grappled with the effects of COVID-19 even after the CDC lowered the quarantine period for infected individuals from 10 days to 5 right before the new year, a move that was met with mixed reactions.
Honestly, I just think the world just needs to get back to what it is. This isn't going to go away, so we just need to find a way to deal with it.
If they are vaccinated 5 days, as long as the test comes back negative, then I think it's okay.
Frustrations came to a head over masking guidelines. Many students and parents were upset over school policies intended to keep families and staff safe. Students at Nokomis Middle and High School staged a protest over their school's masking rules after some were sent home for disobeying them.
We're sick of it. It's gone on for 2 years too long now.
In early January, a homicide left the Lubec community in shock after 58-year-old Eva Cox was found dead in the trunk of a car. Her boyfriend, Paul DeForest, was later arrested in Virginia on a fugitive from justice warrant. Friends of Eva remembered her as a kind and loving person.
She's a wonderful, wonderful girl. I love her just like a sister.
There were multiple devastating fires early in the year. In January, an accidental fire broke out at the Amish Community Market and Bakery in Unity. No one was injured, but the store was a total loss.
I know I'm by here several times a day on average, and this place is hopping with customers, and it was a great store. I mean, it's going to be a huge impact to the whole community.
But just 3 weeks after the fire, the Amish community store had nearly been rebuilt, thanks in part to community members who pitched in with equipment, food, and monetary assistance.
I think it's changed the way that I feel and view the general public. Is just there's a kindness and a generosity there that I would not have given much thought.
In early February, an electrical fire destroyed part of Bar Harbor's Blue Nose Inn. Multiple fire departments fought to control the flames for 21 hours.
That was the largest, I would say, call for resources that I've seen probably in my career.
No one was injured, but the fire caused an estimated $10 million in damage. The world was shocked when Russia began its invasion of Ukraine in late February. Governor Mills proclaimed Maine's solidarity with the people of Ukraine. Others, including international students at the College of the Atlantic, held rallies to show their support as well.
Every day there's something new. We don't know how things are unfolding, so it seems like it's not going to end anytime soon.
10 months later, and the war in Ukraine grinds on. Reporting for ABC 7 and Fox 22, I'm Peter Dubois.
And we'll be taking a close look at the rest of the months of the year throughout the week leading up to, I can't believe it, New Year's Eve is coming up this Saturday.
Days away. It's kind of crazy. Well, the time is now 8:18. After the break, the federal assistance is on the way to help states coping with extreme weather conditions. Some have received more than 4 feet of snow.
And it's still snowing in those places. Plus, bystanders spring into action when they see a small plane plummet into an icy creek. Those stories and more as Good Morning Maine continues.
$7.8 million. That's how much I made home sellers in the past 2 years. Planning on selling? I'm Holly Taylor. Come to the one gets it done. HollyTaylor.Realtor.
Fear, pain, and anxiety are all feelings associated with dental treatments, but it doesn't have to be that way. Dental lasers offer a way to remove tooth decay without using the dental drill. In fact, we do most dental fillings here at Twin City Dental without numbing, so no needle. And for treatments like root canals or having many teeth extracted, we also provide IV sedation. So call Twin City Dental for your next dentist appointment.
If I don't hear from you tonight, pull this over. I know it, but I can't let go. Everything I
show. ...
Am I supposed to read the ...
The biggest sale of the year starts right now, and it's only at the Furniture Gallery. Huge discounts everywhere during our year-end blowout sale. Recliners starting at $2.99. Queen mattresses also $2.99. And sectionals as low as $6.99. Save up to 75% off brand names like Ashley, Lane, Serta, Simmons, Nectar. You won't see these savings again, so don't miss your chance to purchase that special item now. Support our main family-owned business and save money. The Furniture Gallery in Augusta, Bangor, Gorham, Newport, and North Windham.
When selling your home, knowing your options could make you tens of thousands of dollars. That's what I do for my clients. I'm Holly Taylor. Come to the one who gets it done. HollyTaylor.Realtor.
Now to the latest on the winter storm that's paralyzed much of western New York State and has also claimed dozens of lives.
President Biden has approved federal aid for the Buffalo, New York metro area as it braces for another day of sub-freezing temperatures and lake effect snowfall. ABC's Justin Finch has more from Washington.
Federal emergency assistance now on the way to a western New York currently crippled by more than 4 feet of snow and bracing for more.
Certainly it is the blizzard of the century.
The Buffalo area reporting at least 29 storm-related deaths, more than half found outside, and more than 500 have been rescued from extreme conditions.
I heard him screaming for help.
This woman credits quick-thinking neighbors for helping her get this man, suffering from apparent severe frostbite, to an emergency room. Buffalo is banning travel on its now treacherous roads, and its airport is remaining closed until at least Wednesday.
It's been catastrophic. It's been a failure at every level.
The Department of Transportation now looking into Southwest Airlines canceling of more than half of its flights Monday and Tuesday.
This one started west, swept east, and impacted almost every single one of our largest airports that put us in a position where we struggled to recover.
System-wide, airlines canceled more than 3,600 flights Monday, stranding passengers across the country.
My daughter's in New York City all by herself, very sad. It ruined our Christmas.
And scientists caution extreme winter weather could become more common, finding climate change is leading to a rapid warming of the Arctic, which can play a role in driving frigid air farther south into the U.S.
Justin Finch reporting, and actually I was talking to some of my friends down in Texas over the weekend, and they've had like bone-chilling temperatures down there.
Yeah.
I think it was up around 50 Friday when I was actually talking to them,
right.
And they were talking about how icy it is. And I remember when I lived there years ago, when we were waiting for the bus, it got down to around 30 degrees sometimes, and we felt like we were dying,
right.
Because we just weren't used to the cold
and
weather.
And you're not prepared for it either.
So it's really a really hard time for them.
Yep.
Fortunately for us, though, it looks like we won't have to be dealing with that.
Right.
Too bad around here.
Fairly
anyway.
normal winter weather conditions this week.
Yeah.
Yep. Devin Biggs has the full forecast.
All righty, Craig and Emma, thank you very much. Your full weather forecast brought to you by Crosby Sports Shop with all your fishing needs, carrying ammo, Damascus knives, gold and silver buying and selling, and a novelty room. Concealed classes are available. Call today. Here we go. A few returns on the radar showing some snow showers and maybe flurries trying to develop this morning. Dry air is in the atmosphere, so it's going to take a bit for some of this to reach the ground, but you might notice a few flurries as you do head out the door this morning. Let's zoom things out and give you the bigger picture. So nothing too ridiculous here. Little wave of energy off toward the north. We have high pressure further down toward the south. This will begin to move in later on today, so this will replace the clouds and give us some clearing later this afternoon, but there will be more energy on toward the north and west soon, and that will give us opportunities for snow showers coming up as early as tomorrow. So futurecast moving forward, though, again, decreasing clouds. We'll be seeing partly cloudy skies by that point, even some good clearing by 7 p.m. later on this evening. But overnight tonight and early tomorrow morning, clouds will begin to approach ahead of our next system. We'll be watching for some snow showers that will also begin to move in as well. Maybe a little bit of accumulation, but nothing too ridiculous that we can't handle overall. And again, maybe a little bit of snow to northern ends of the state as we head towards early Thursday morning. So here's the snow chances, mainly some across the northern parts of the state today, but for us, we're looking pretty good. Then we move ahead towards Wednesday where a little bit of snow could try to move in. Half inch or less will be the general idea there near the Bangor area. But with warmer temperatures on the way, I expect all this to melt pretty quickly. So here's the winds. We'll be seeing some gusty winds today, reaching up to around 20 miles per hour in a few areas. We'll keep that going for a bit, but backing off overnight tonight as we head towards Wednesday morning. So the gusty winds today will not be lasting very long and only up to around 20 miles per hour or so. Our average high is 31 degrees. We'll reach for the lower 30s today and tomorrow, upper 30s Thursday. You're going to like this warm up. 40s on the way Friday, Saturday, and Sunday before we cool off again as we head towards your Monday. Your forecast for today, lower 30s, a few morning flurries, then gradual clearing with that west wind getting up to about 20 miles per hour. Later on tonight, 17 degrees, becoming partly cloudy with the wind overall looking nice and calm. And for tomorrow, lower 30s, snow showers on the way, about a half inch or less possible there. Southwest wind up to about 5 to 10 miles per hour. Alrighty, here's the look at your extended forecast brought to you by Crosby Sports Shop. So a slight chance for more snow showers on Thursday. Highs close to 40 degrees. We'll make it to the mid-40s on Friday with a mostly cloudy sky. And New Year's Eve, a small chance for rain, otherwise mostly cloudy. Highs in the mid-40s.
General Rental Center has been serving Central Maine with equipment and tool rentals for more than 30 years. Our extensive inventory contains everything you need to get the job done right. Our professional, knowledgeable staff is here to make sure that you get the highest quality rental items to complete your project and that they have been serviced and maintained to the highest standards. Power brooms to get that sand off the lawn, leaf blowers, brush chippers, stump grinders, aerial lifts, tillers, and excavators. We rent most everything. If you don't see it in our online catalog, please ask for it. If we don't have the item you need, we would be happy to help you find it. Silver Fox Automotive is a family-owned and operated company with more than 30 years of experience. We are originally from the county and offer competitive prices and promise you will be completely satisfied with our work. We offer a stress-free experience to both our new and returning customers. We only use parts from reputable brands to ensure your vehicle is safe to drive. Here at Silver Fox, there will always be a friendly face to greet you. Come see us at 2004 Audlin Road in Herman.
The long-lasting scent of Gain Flings made it smell like Dave was in his happy place, the massage chair at the mall. But he wasn't. Gain Flings with OxyBoost and Febreze.
Welcome to your Family Fun Entertainment Center, Movie Rocket Entertainment Galaxy. Movie Rocket has newly renovated cinemas, and the Starcade features all the best video and arcade games around. Movie Rocket, 268 Audlin Road in Bangor, and at movierocketbangor.com.
Fear, pain, and anxiety are all feelings associated with dental treatments, but it doesn't have to be that way. Dental lasers offer a way to remove tooth decay without using the dental drill. In fact, we do most dental fillings here at Twin City Dental without numbing, so no needle. And for treatments like root canals or having many teeth extracted, we also provide IV sedation. So call Twin City Dental for your next dentist appointment.
We turn now to the crisis on the southern border and new information overnight about the buses of migrants dropped off outside the home of Vice President Kamala Harris over the weekend. ABC's Andrew Dimbert has the story.
This morning, days after buses of migrants were dropped off in 18-degree cold on Christmas Eve outside the vice president's home in Washington, a spokesperson for Texas Governor Greg Abbott confirming the migrants came from Texas, saying they willingly chose to go. Many of the migrants, including children, were not wearing proper winter coats and clothing. Abbott's communications director saying the migrants signed a voluntary consent waiver in multiple languages. Abbott recently spoke to ABC's Martha Raddatz about the bus drop-off in multiple cities.
And I removed them to locations that self-identified as sanctuary cities that have the capability and the desire to help out these migrants. And so that's exactly what's taking place.
The White House calling the move on Christmas Eve a shameful stunt, but Abbott's office firing back, slamming the White House as a bunch of hypocrites. The back and forth comes as both sides await a ruling from the Supreme Court on Title 42, a pandemic-era policy that allows the government to expel asylum seekers on public health grounds. The Biden administration argues the COVID emergency is over. Abbott says otherwise.
Whether it's COVID or some other issue, when you have people coming across the globe without knowing at all what their health status is, that almost by definition is a public health risk. There's every reason to keep that in place.
And now new figures show the extent of the crisis. Nearly 1.6 million people are now waiting for their asylum applications to be processed, a record number, with cases now 7 times higher than a decade ago.
Now we turn to Maryland and a dramatic rescue caught on camera after a small plane crashed into an icy creek. ABC's Morgan Norwood has the story.
John Lean and his son saw this single-engine plane crash into this creek south of Baltimore and knew they had to do something fast.
Normally they're over there, and this time he was heading right for us.
I do have multiple civilians with kayaks. It's pretty iced up over here.
So the Navy veteran and his son grabbed 2 kayaks, knowing that every moment counts in such frigid water.
You're pushing the whole ice flow, which is good, so just keep nice and slow.
But the ice was so thick, they had to use shovels to paddle.
I'm like, an oar's not going to do it. I need a shovel.
When they reached the stranded pilot, 71-year-old Steve Crouchman, he was standing on the wing of the plane, sinking. They shouted instructions to him.
Get out of the water. Just get out of the water and just hold tight. And then I just pickaxed backwards and got my kayak back onto the ice, and he was out of the water.
The father and son were soon joined by a police officer and a third kayak who helped get the pilot to safety, eventually pulling him onto this rescue boat. But Dad doesn't call himself a hero.
I don't look at it that way. I look at it just as someone who saw something that needed to do something.
So I'm sore, so I'm sure he's pretty sore as well.
Thank goodness they were there. Well, updates are done, and checks soon will be going out to seniors awaiting higher benefit payouts. About 70 million Americans will see a boost of about 8.7% in their Social Security checks starting as soon as Friday. The raised benefits will go to both those receiving regular Social Security and supplemental security income benefits. The hike in the cost of living adjustments is the highest since 1981 based on inflation. Average payouts will increase by more than $140 per month. An added benefit for recipients is that Medicare premiums are also going down while Social Security benefits are going up. Certainly going to help a lot of seniors out there living on a fixed income.
Absolutely. Still to come here on the second half of our show. It's a special place in Orland where people can go for a dip in the middle of the long, cold winter.
And we'll also check out some of the top Google searches for the year. That and more as Good Morning Maine continues.
Hammond Lumber Company appreciates the communities that have supported Hammond's prosperity and growth over the years. The Hammond team is grateful for the opportunity to give back by supporting local causes that sustain strong, vibrant communities throughout Maine and New Hampshire. Hammond recognizes that they could not do this without your support. Thank you for choosing Hammond as your building project partner. Hammond Lumber Company, proud to serve local communities since 1953.
You're watching Fox 22, Bangor.
Well, welcome back, everyone. Today is Tuesday, December 27th. There are just 4 days left in 2022. On this day in history, in 1939, the first American ski-mobiles could be used at Cranbourne Mountain in North Conway, New Hampshire, which had the shape of our modern snowmobiles, but in this instance, they were actually used as ski lifts, featuring cars pulled by a cable up a set of wooden tracks. Would have liked to have seen that. Kind of neat.
I have a photo I can show you.
Yeah, okay.
I think on that Cranmore Mountain, they still have the original ski mobile.
Mm-hmm. Oh,
so,
neat.
Yeah, and we're pretty close to that. Well, In 2007, Pakistani politician Benazir Bhutto, the first woman leader of a Muslim nation in modern history, was assassinated in Pakistan while campaigning for her upcoming parliamentary election. And in 2012, NASA unveiled a plan to capture a 500-ton asteroid in 2025. And for birthdays today, we have the vocalist for the pop band Paramore. Hayley Williams is 34 today, and French-American actor Timothée Chalamet, known especially for his roles in Dune and Interstellar, is 27 today.
I really like Dune. I don't know if I've seen Interstellar, but yeah, he's a good actor.
I know, he's in all sorts of stuff, and I thought he was younger than 27.
Yeah.
He looks very young.
Yeah, he does.
Yep.
Yeah, especially for me, who's getting older by the second. Anyway, one thing we didn't talk about is usually we tell you what today is, and I saw Emma like at 3 o'clock in the morning, whatever it was you were writing, and today is National Fruitcake Day too. We left that out because we didn't want to bring it up. We have mixed feelings when it comes to fruitcake around here.
I thought about it for a half second. It was like, what do I?
What do you have
just
to add
a girl
to that?
have to say about Fruitcake Day?
I don't remember the last time I had one, but every time I've had one, I haven't really been too into it.
It's aged out.
Yeah.
I think we've mocked it to eternity.
And then I'll wait a few years, so I'll give it a try again. But I guess they're not all created equal. So.
It's a tradition. I'll try it again. I'll have to try my hand at it.
There's just so many other things.
Yes.
You know.
I'd rather make a plain bread and gorge myself on that.
There you go.
Yeah.
There's been a lot of eating. That's what we're talking about.
There's been a lot of eating, This morning of the 27th, my clothes feel kind of tight.
You guys know the feeling. Boy, I'm losing buttons on my coat. It's just not very good. So I'm going to turn things around here.
It's the norm. It's the norm.
Yeah.
But
hey, as far as the weather's concerned, no major storms in the forecast. Looks like we may have a little bit of snow this week, no big deal, and then things will be warming up by the end of the week.
Kind of a default winter situation.
Yeah.
Devin Biggs has the forecast.
And thank you very much, Craig and Emma. Happy Tuesday. Your first weather forecast brought to you by Crosby Sports Shop with all your fishing needs. Carrying ammo, Damascus knives, gold and silver buying and selling, and a novelty room. Concealed classes are available. Call today. Here we go. So we're watching for a few returns on the radar this morning, maybe a few flurries developing across the area. There is some dry air in a good part of the atmosphere, so it might take a bit, though, for any precipitation to reach the ground. If it does happen, I don't think we'll have to worry about any accumulations in our neck of the woods. But overall, we'll be looking pretty good. Here's the big picture here right now. Maybe a few waves of energy moving through all this right here, moving from the west, going toward the east. So this will get out of here later today, and the clouds will begin to break up, and that will give us some sunshine later this afternoon. And there will be a little bit of wind, mainly out of the west, a little bit to the north at times at around 5 to 10 miles per hour, gusts up to 20 miles per hour. Cannot be ruled out either, but as we head towards to Wednesday, those directions will be switching around just a bit. But futurecast moving forward, though, again, decreasing clouds on the way. We will become partly cloudy later this afternoon, but overnight tonight and parts of tomorrow morning, we'll see increasing clouds as another system moves in, and that will give us the opportunity for some clouds and, of course, some snow. That'll be on the way soon. So for today, lower 30s, some morning flurries and gradual clearing. West wind getting up to about 20 miles per hour. Your hourly forecast for the rest of the morning and afternoon period becoming partly cloudy, temperatures in the 30s. Your full 5-day forecast is coming up. Craig and Emma.
All right, thank you very much, Devin.
If the winter weather in Maine has you yearning for the tropics, look no further than the Orland Oasis. As Jody Hersey tells us, the mom of 4 who runs the pool is more than happy to share it with others.
In Hancock County, off of busy Acadia Highway, sits the Orland Oasis, a tranquil and relaxing indoor heated pool that can be rented by the hour or event by those wishing to get their toes wet.
It was really great during the pandemic for families to just have an option to come and not be around other people. A nice activity.
Shannon Labby moved from Aroostook County to Orland with her husband and 4 kids and thought opening this little getaway to the public was a great way to offset the cost of operating a pool. Labby uses the Swimbly app for all her bookings.
So Swimbly is pretty helpful in the way that they do it, and it's just all through them. You set up a profile, and they let me know when somebody books the pool, so I know when I need to have the doors opened or the pool uncovered and things like that.
The private entrance into the Orland Oasis provides guests uninterrupted time together, while also allowing the Labby family the ability to carry on with their day.
I've seen some ladies get a group of them together and they come out for a nice ladies' night out. There's moms who bring their toddlers during the daytime. Yeah, family's birthday parties. We have birthday parties. They're often on the weekends, so weekends are like really busy. It's good though.
In Orland, I'm Jody Hersey for ABC 7 and Fox 22.
I'd like to have one of those big blow-up chairs or something, just sit out there in the middle of it with a tropical drink in February. You know?
There's not that many places you can go to an indoor pool, indoor kind of public pool in Maine, especially during the winter.
Yeah, there's a couple around Bangor, but it's real nice that they keep that open to the public.
There's all sorts of cool stuff like this in the area. I mean, I know there's saunas, there's cedar saunas you can go to if you need to warm up. But
that sounds wonderful right now.
I know. I love stuff like this. Good for them. Well, still to come here this morning, Ryan Sudol will have our sports updates.
Don't go away.
We love our pets, but we don't always love their hair, which is why we made Bounce Pet Hair and Lint Guard. With 3 times the pet hair fighting ingredients, just one sheet helps remove pet hair from your clothes. Looking good starts in the dryer with Bounce Pet.
CEM DP Porter Contractors has been in business for over 40 years in the Bangor area. We specialize in design build for commercial, medical, and residential. We can assist our customers with anything from lot procurement to helping find financing for your project, along with building maintenance and renovations. CEM DP Porter Contractors is currently hiring a Herman for multiple positions, including carpenters and laborers. We offer vacation, holidays, a 3% IRA match, and competitive pay. If interested in applying, please contact Jason at 207-848-7486.
Welcome to Kings Mountain RC and Hobby Shop in Brewer. And some call me the King. There are RC trucks, cars, crawlers, and parts aplenty. There are planes, metal detectors, and gear galore. I have decreed that all people can book birthday parties with their RC vehicles provided for all. We have indoor and outdoor tracks and crawling courses available. Bring yourself, your family, and friends to Kings Mountain RC and Hobby Shop, South Main Street, Brewer.
Great things are always cooking at the Ground. New menu, new specials, with an amazing variety of choices for every taste. Good times, great service, and amazing food. Only at your locally owned Ground, Odland Road, Bangor.
I don't care how rich or famous they are, they will play by our rules.
I just want to feel like I'm worth something.
Special Forces World's Toughest Test, January 4th on Fox.
Hey everybody, Ryan Sudol here. Hope you had a great Christmas if you celebrated. Speaking of celebrating, UMenn women's hockey head coach Molly Engstrom has had a lot to celebrate lately. Her squad is getting national votes, and she had the chance to coach her former squad, the USA women's national hockey team. Take a look.
It's an honor. I mean, I've had a long-standing relationship with USA Hockey, and I'm very happy I said yes.
Maine women's hockey head coach Molly Engstrom's career has come full circle, recently serving as an assistant coach for USA Women's Hockey's rivalry series against Canada.
It's like hard to describe, kind of. It's like 2 different lives. A lot of it was just taking it in, you know, as a player when you're playing in front of 15,000 people. And now all of a sudden you're standing on the bench behind the players.
Engstrom, a former Olympic silver and bronze medalist with the team, coached 2 games earlier this month. She says it was a valuable experience, especially with the nuances she picked up.
You're always learning drills, concepts, theories, philosophies, that kind of thing. We've tried to bring that to UMaine already, but definitely you're always picking up nuances and verbiage from the head coach.
Engstrom even got to coach some of her former teammates at USA Hockey, as well as getting a glimpse of the future of the team.
When you're a player, those are all just your teammates and you're kind of all doing your own thing. But now to see the difference between the new players on that team, the really young players who are still in college, and you have Kendall Coyne, Kessel, and Hillary Knight. So that gap, it's fun to see as a coach.
And with that mix of youth and experience, many at USA Hockey, including Engstrom, have a huge sense of optimism for the future.
The talent of the younger players coming up, and what USA Hockey has with their older players can really complement each other to do something special.
And we sure do hope our national team brings home something special, maybe even some more gold. Speaking of gold, The Patriots had some golden opportunities to pull a huge comeback win against the Bengals on Saturday, but a late mistake would cost them again. The Pats were down 22-0 in the third quarter, but a pick six by Marcus Jones and 2 Mac Jones touchdown passes, including this miraculous 48-yarder caught by Jacoby Myers, would pull them within 4. But with a chance to score and under a minute left, a Ramondre Stevenson fumble would bring their comeback chances to a screeching halt. That's 2 straight heartbreaking losses as they are fighting for their playoff lives. Quarterback Mac Jones believes that all of this falls on him.
First of all, no one probably believed that we would come back from 22 points, but we fought and we're right there, right? You score and it's a totally different game. So it's a tough situation. Just got to execute better. It falls on me.
Sitting at 7-8, the Patriots must essentially win out to notch a playoff spot. Despite their recent struggles, Coach Belichick says there's not much they need to change in order to get there.
How do you make sure that the players stay together these final 2 weeks of the season here?
Do what we've been doing.
Well, at least we always know where he stands. And we also know where the Celtics stand at the top of the Eastern Conference. They cemented that spot with a huge Christmas Day win against the Bucks, led by their biggest star. In the 138-119 win, Jason Tatum had 41 points and shot an insane 14 of 22 from the field, including that dunk on Giannis. Wow. His 41 points were the second most for a Celtic on Christmas Day in history. Here he is after the game on how it feels to be a part of franchise history.
But it's hard to, think in a moment at 24 that, I have a place in Celtic history. But, it's definitely an honor. I've said that many a times, how much I love being here and, what it means to play on Christmas. Something I never want to take for granted.
Jaylen Brown also came up big with 29 points and shooting 5 of 9 from 3. After the Celtics' struggle over the last couple of games, Brown says that the big stage of Christmas Day provided the perfect chance to right the ship.
Over the last couple of weeks, we dropped some games, had some guys in and out the lineup, haven't shot the ball great. So to come out here tonight, everybody's watching, I think it's the perfect place to shake everything off and come out and play some good basketball.
Looking forward to see what the Celtics can drum up in the next few games. We're also looking forward to the return of high school basketball tomorrow. And here are some of the top games that we have on the slate. Boys, Bangor at Hamden, 6:30. Mount Blue at Brewer, 7:30. And Old Town at Ellsworth at 1:30. And for girls, Bangor at Hamden, 5 p.m. And Old Town at Ellsworth at 4:30 p.m. Well, that's all the time we have for sports. I'm Ryan Sudol. We'll be back right after the break.
Gillette presents the Gillette Labs with Exfoliating Bar, a razor designed to take the hassle out of your routine with effortless shaving and one efficient stroke. The bar and the handle removes unseen dirt and debris that gets in the way of the blades, so nothing gets between you and a quick and easy shave. All with a lifetime warranty. Gillette, the best a man can get.
Pond Hill Farms in Brooks, Maine offers 100% grass-fed beef in a variety of ways. Choose between individual cuts that are state inspected and ready to pop in your fridge or freezer. If you're looking to stock up, Pond Hill Farms offer the option to purchase hanging weight by quarter, half, or whole. We also offer live cattle if you're looking to grow your own herd. Pond Hill Farms also offer rental cottages with spectacular views of the farm and the Maine outdoors. Whether you're looking for fresh Maine meat or a gorgeous place to vacation, Pond Hill Farms is the place to be.
Every day is full of opportunity at the Bangor Region Y to connect, to love, and to grow. The Y is the heart of our community, serving all people from all walks of life. But we cannot do it alone. The Y relies on the support of organizations like those who sponsored Wednesdays with the Y. Their generosity enables us to better serve our community. We thank Bangor Savings Bank as our event sponsor and all others on this screen who help to keep the heart of our community beating strong.
This December is full of the merriest magical moments of the year.
Stay right where you are. Let's throw down together. Let's do it. I'm so excited. I can't take it.
You're good.
weekdays at 11 on Fox 22.
For the latest on what's happening in Hollywood, here's ABC's Andy Field.
Country music artist Zach Bryan dropped a live album called All My Homies Hate Ticketmaster on Christmas Day. At the same time, he put out a statement on Instagram complaining about high ticket prices to live shows, writing that working-class people should be able to afford tickets. Ticketmaster has faced criticism in recent weeks, especially after the botched rollout of tickets for superstar Taylor Swift's upcoming Eras Tour. The company did not respond to Bryan's album or post. Jennifer Lopez decked out her home for the holidays with a special theme this year. The 53-year-old singer shared photos from her holiday celebrations in the latest installment of her on the JLO newsletter. She centered her Christmas theme around the idea of the hummingbird. Lopez writing that to her, hummingbirds are messengers of love and a sign everything is going to be okay. Britney Spears and her husband had a merry Britmas, spending the day in nature. Sam Asghari, a fitness trainer and actor, shared a video and photo of himself and Spears meditating while on a hike. He wrote on Instagram, "My wife is really becoming a meditation guru, and I love it. Merry Britmas to you all." Celebrating birthdays today, Good Times star John Amos turns 83. Actor Timothy Chalamet is 27. That's what's happening in Hollywood.
Nice fashion choices by Mr. Chalamet or Chalamet, whatever.
Very cool. Yeah. Yep. I'm going to have to check out that Zach Bryan album. I was telling you earlier, you'll have to check him out because he's kind of a new country artist. And I've noticed a lot of my friends who don't listen to country music, they'll listen to
like
him.
That. Yeah. There's a few of them. I like old country, as you know, but
Yep.
some of the new stuff I'm not really into, although there's some really good artists out there now.
I know you were just saying Chris Stapleton,
Chris
you're newly
Stapleton,
into.
I'm a huge fan of him.
And that's a new one of those. If you don't like what we know commonly as country music, you can listen to Chris Stapleton.
Yeah.
So all sorts of cool new artists like that. I'm going to have to listen to that album. I like that message too.
Sounds good. I like to hear new music, depending on what the genre is.
Yep.
No, I should say it doesn't matter what the genre. I like a little bit of everything.
Yep.
I do like the idea that they're complaining about high ticket prices, though. That is just crazy.
They're sticking up for the working class people. What did you say you were looking for? Chris
I was
Stapleton tickets?
I was looking for some Chris Stapleton tickets to something, and they were like $300 a piece. Where I was looking, and it shouldn't cost that much.
The average person cannot afford that for a ticket price.
When I first started buying concert tickets, way back when dinosaurs still roamed the earth, no, they were like $20. I think I went to a Van Halen concert for like $12.50 way back when.
I've had this conversation a lot lately. My parents' generation grew up going to see a lot of concerts, but my generation, we can't do that because it's stuff like this.
It's nuts. It's nuts. So hopefully they do something about that. Probably not, because that's what it is. But
at least we're talking about it, though. It's the first step.
We'll keep complaining, too. We'll see what happens.
Yeah.
In the meantime, we're going to throw things over to Devin to talk about the weather. We're not complaining about that this week.
No.
Alrighty, Craig and Emma, thank you very much. Your full weather forecast brought to you by Crosby Sports Shop with all your fishing needs, carrying ammo, Damascus knives, gold and silver buying and selling, and a novelty room. Concealed classes are available. Call today. Here we go. A few returns on the radar showing some snow showers and maybe flurries trying to develop this morning. Dry air is in the atmosphere, so it's going to take a bit for some of this to reach the ground, but you might notice a few flurries as you do head out the door this morning. Let's zoom things out and give you the bigger picture. So nothing too ridiculous here. Low wave energy off toward the north. We have high pressure further down toward the south. This will begin to move in later on today, so this will replace the clouds and give us some clearing later this afternoon, but there will be more energy on toward the north and west soon, and that will give us opportunities for snow showers coming up as early as tomorrow. So futurecast moving forward, though, again, decreasing clouds. We'll be seeing partly cloudy skies by that point, even some good clearing by 7 p.m. later on this evening. But overnight tonight and early tomorrow morning, clouds will begin to approach ahead of our next system. We'll be watching for some snow showers that will also begin to move in as well. Maybe a little bit of accumulation, but nothing too ridiculous that we can't handle overall. And again, maybe a little bit of snow to northern ends of the state as we head towards early Thursday morning. So here's the snow chances, mainly some across the northern parts of the state today, but for us, we're looking pretty good. Then we move ahead towards Wednesday where a little bit of snow could try to move in. Half inch or less will be the general idea there near the Bangor area. But with warmer temperatures on the way, I expect all this to melt pretty quickly. So here's the winds. We'll be seeing some gusty winds today, reaching up to around 20 miles per hour. In a few areas, we'll keep that going for a bit, but backing off overnight tonight as we head towards Wednesday morning. So the gusty winds today will not be lasting very long and only up to around 20 miles per hour or so. Our average high is 31 degrees. We'll reach for the lower 30s today and tomorrow, upper 30s Thursday. You're going to like this warm up. 40s on the way Friday, Saturday, and Sunday before we cool off again as we head towards your Monday. Your forecast for today, lower 30s, a few morning flurries, then gradual clearing with that west wind getting up to about 20 miles per hour. Later on tonight, 17 degrees, becoming partly cloudy with the wind overall looking nice and calm. And for tomorrow, lower 30s, snow showers on the way, about a half inch or less possible there. Southwest wind up to about 5 to 10 miles per hour. Alrighty, here's the look at your extended forecast brought to you by Crosby Sports Shop. So a slight chance for more snow showers on Thursday. Highs close to 40 degrees. We'll make it to the mid-40s on Friday with a mostly cloudy sky. And New Year's Eve, a small chance for rain, otherwise mostly cloudy. Highs in the mid-40s.
Fear, pain, and anxiety are all feelings associated with dental treatments, but it doesn't have to be that way. Dental lasers offer a way to remove tooth decay without using the dental drill. In fact, we do most dental fillings here at Twin City Dental without numbing, so no needle. And for treatments like root canals or having many teeth extracted, we also provide IV sedation. So call Twin City Dental for your next dentist appointment.
Come bowl a few games here at Bangor Brewer Bowling Lanes. We're one of the only candlepin bowling alley centers in Maine, conveniently located in the heart of Brewer. You always have the opportunity to simply bowl for fun. However, you can also join a league. We have youth leagues, adult and senior leagues. Now don't forget, we also host birthday parties for under $100, and gift certificates are also available. Give us a call right away at 989-3798 to make reservations for your birthday party today.
It's the Planet Fitness You Can Still Join a Gym in 2022 sale. Now through December 30th. Join for just $1 down, $10 a month, and you can still do that thing you said you'd do 11 and a half months ago. All with no commitment, cancel anytime. Get tons of equipment in our clean and spacious clubs. It's not too late. This can still be your year. Simply join through the free PF app for $1 down, $10 a month, cancel anytime, and pay nothing until January 17th. Hurry, deal ends Friday, December 30th.
Today, my friend, you did it! You did it! You
Good news! A new clinical study showed that Centrum Silver supports cognitive health in older adults. It's one more step towards taking charge of your health. So every day, you can say, it's Centrum Silver.
Opposite water?
Sand. 25 words or less.
Going home with another $10,000. Thank you, Carson.
You're welcome. What's 10% of 10,000?
Weekdays at 9 on Fox 22.
Now let's head over to the Mr. Food Test Kitchen to see what Howard has cooking up for us.
Christmas is behind us, and many of us are traveling to someplace warm, like Florida, or wishing we could be. Either way, the recipe for strawberry shortcake that I'll be sharing with you today has earned itself the title of the Sunshine State's official dessert. It has received this prestigious honor since Florida is known for producing the sweetest and juiciest strawberries around. One bite, and it's easy to see why Florida is named the winter strawberry capital of the nation. That means right now, through the end of March, these fields are brimming with strawberries, which will add a spark of sunshine to any day. So what makes them so special? First of all, they're planted and harvested by hand, which means each ruby red berry is given lots of TLC. And unlike many other fruits, these are vine ripened, so their flavor is second to none. So whether you're celebrating New Year's Eve with a white or red Florida strawberry floating in your champagne, or you're looking for a new way to start 2023 with a good-for-you treat, make sure you have plenty of these on hand. When it comes to creating the perfect strawberry shortcake, what I like to do is top each slice of angel food or sponge cake with some Florida strawberries that are lightly tossed in a touch of sugar, which creates a syrup. Then we spoon this on top of our cake, top it with fresh whipped cream and a sprig of mint. To get this recipe for what I call Sunshine State Strawberry Shortcake, all you need to do is go online. I'm Howard of the Mr. Food Test Kitchen, where today I'm glad I was able to share a recipe that includes Florida's prize-winning crop, strawberries, in a way that'll have everyone saying, ooh, it's so good.
Yummy stuff. And the internet's favorite word game topped Google Trends most searched list for 2022. The Year in Search report ranks the top words and phrases in different categories, including the top overall search. Wordle reached its peak number of searches in February and was the most searched for Vermont.